start off by lying down flat on the ground. Spine sinks down onto the floor. Let's lie down flat on the ground. As you lay flat on the ground, bring your knees to move towards your chest, hugging those knees in, swaying from side to side, noting down any sensation in the low back. Think of this as a self-massage, a moving massage on your low back. And when you're ready, slowly lower the left foot on the floor, hugging your right knee into your chest. The left knee faces up to the ceiling, still bent. And then slowly bringing that right knee in towards the left shoulder, working on your piriformis, the outer side of your right hip. As you bring that right knee into the left shoulder, find that stretch. Don't push. Don't push too hard. Don't bring that in too much. Allowing is the key. Now slowly switch legs. This time working on the left piriformis, the outer edge of your left hip, as you bring your right knee into your right chest or right shoulder. And then lower down to the floor and slowly, as low as you can, hug your knees in. Now extend your legs slightly so the shins are 90 degrees towards the ground or parallel towards the floor. That could be a 45 degrees angle depending on how you look at it. This is called the dead bug pose. So let's engage the abdominals. Expand as you lift your knees in to move towards your chest. Expand your belly to the front. As you expand to the side, the front, the side, and the back, extending your arms forward. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale. Now slowly lower your right leg as you bring your right knee into your chest. Twisting gently towards the right side, bringing that left knee into the right. And then slowly open to the left side. And then to the center. And then release. Other side. Right knee into your chest as you move that towards the left side, twisting gently, hugging that right knee into your chest, and then slowly open to the right side. The right knee may or may not touch the floor, depending on your flexibility. Now slowly just bring that down towards the floor. Note down the lower back flattening down. And then slowly extend both hands forward as you slowly lift your chest, expanding the front of your belly as you lift. Inhale in. Lift your chest. It's like a boat pose. You're now in a boat pose, or what we call the Navasana pose. Slowly lift your arms up, extending, and then slowly bend both knees as you hug those knees in, and then lower onto the floor. One ankle on top of the other as you slowly extend your chest forward, folding forward, extending both hands. It's kind of like a modified full pigeon pose. So just extend both hands forward. Both knees are open to the side as our ankles are stacked on top of the other. As you inhale, note down yourself, breathing, lengthening forward. And as you exhale, note down how you're allowing your breath, your exhales to sink you down, lowering your chest and relaxing the neck. And slowly just moving into a tabletop as slow as you can, rounding the spine as you exhale. Cat pose. As you inhale, extend your chest forward, the belly sinks as you inhale, and slowly exhale again, repeating. And then lift your hips up into a down dog, straightening the knees or keeping a slight bend on those knees. Find the lengthening of the back of your legs, starting from your ankle on to your calf muscle and your quad, your hamstring, and to your hips. Slowly squaring those hips, lift your left leg up. Bring that left knee into your belly as you exhale, and then extend and then lower down to the floor. And then opposite side, extend the right leg up. Bring that right knee into your belly as you exhale, and then extend to the back. Lower. Now inhale, lift your heels up. Bend the knees. You're still in down dog. And then slowly lower. Now working on lengthening your spine. Open your legs wider and then slowly using your left hand, reach for your right ankle. Opening your body to the right side, twisting, opening that chest. And then the opposite side, bringing your right hand towards your left ankle, bringing your chest to open towards the left side. You may gaze down on your belly or to the left side, noting down which works. And then release your hands into down dog. Make some adjustments if necessary. You may even sway your hips if necessary. Slowly lift your heels up. Lift your right leg up and bend your knees as you exhale, extending your chest forward. And again, inhale, lift your right leg to the back. And then lift your heel as you bring your right knee into your chest. Exhale. Inhale, extend to the back. And then lower, exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg to the back. Opposite side. Left knee into your chest as you exhale, shifting into high plank. And then extend to the back as you inhale. And then exhale, lifting the heel, bending your left knee into your chest, and then extend to the back. Exhale, lower. You may bring your knees down to the floor and just move into cat and cow slowly. And then on your next cat pose, lower your hips to your heels as you untuck your toes and move into a child's pose, extending your chest forward. Your spine lengthens as you inhale. Now slowly lift your hips up, still in the modified child's pose, or now what we call the puppy dog. Extend your chest as your hips are lifted. Your knees are still on the ground, extending, hands are extending, the spine lengthens, and slowly just round your back, moving into a child's pose, and then slowly inch your way into a down dog, tucking your toes and lifting your hips as you move into a down dog. So we'll repeat the flow. Lift your right leg up to the back, and then move your right knee into your belly as you exhale, bringing that right knee into your right tricep, to your left tricep, and then to the center, and extend to the back. Again, repeat. And then slowly lower the right toes, your right foot on the floor in between your palms into a low lunge. Bend, lower that left knee into the floor, and slowly you may extend your chest forward as you lower your hands on the blocks, or you may lift your chest up. Now extend your arms up if it feels good. Note which one works for you. You may extend your chest, as I've said, depending on how you feel. Now slowly extend that right hand forward and then to the back, and see if you can bend that right knee, and then slowly reach for your right foot. Stretch, and then slowly shifting, straightening the back knee, moving into a high lunge, and then making some adjustments, straightening your knee, the front knee, that would be your right knee, as you slowly reach for the blocks, using that as a leverage to straighten and lengthen. Lifting your hips up into a pyramid pose and slowly bending the front knee for a high lunge, and again switching back, straightening your knee, extending both hands forward on top of a block, lengthening forward as you move into a pyramid pose. Now bending the front knee, lifting the back heel up again for a high lunge. And again, shifting your hips to the back, bending the back knee, just creating a leverage. You're still in a high lunge. You're just switching, moving your hips front and back for mobility. And then slowly shift into a full high plank, pressing your hands onto a block, on two blocks, or on the floor. Slowly bend your knees and step to the front step to the front of your mat for a forward fold, releasing the top of your head down to the floor. Exhale. You may bring your hands underneath your feet as you stretch your spine, lengthening the back of your legs, keeping a slight bend as you allow your tailbone to lift up high. Inhale, and slowly move forward. Forward fold, and then round your spine to move into standing. lifting the arms up as you inhale, and slowly as you exhale, lower your elbows down to your waist into prayer. And again, inhale up, exhale, lower your arms to the front as you bend your knees and bring your hips to sink into the back. Knees are in line with your ankle. As you lower your hands down, exhale, extending the right leg to the back, followed by the left into a high plank, and then all the way into a down dog. Exhale. Take this moment to rest, and then extend your left leg to the back. Knee into your chest. Exhale. Extend your left leg to the back as you inhale. And then inhale again. Lift the heel up. The right heel lifts as you extend your left leg to the back. Now as you exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Now slowly bring that left knee into your right tricep, and then back to the left tricep, and then to the center, and then move to the back. Over your leg. Exhale. Relax. Slow down. Lift your left leg up. Bend the knee and bring your knee into your chest as you exhale. And again, you may start to lower your left foot to the floor. Bring your left hand on top of your left thigh, and followed by the right. Using the two blocks, bring your hands to hold the block, pressing those fingers down onto the very top of the block's highest height. Extend your chest forward. It's like creating a diagonal position starting from the top of your head all the way to your neck, the back, and then your hips, all the way to the tip of your heels. It's like a diagonal line, you'll see it. Or if you want, you can extend your arms up, lifting both hands up, so you're kind of like opening the chest more. Now let's move into a pyramid pose. Extend or straighten the front leg, that's your left leg. Bringing those toes to curl towards your shin. Lengthen the back leg. And again, bend forward into a high lunge. Bring those blocks to the front if you want for a longer stretch. And then slowly moving into a pyramid pose again. Extending your hands, letting those hands reach for the two blocks as a means to extend your spine forward. Using those blocks as a leverage to lengthen. And as a guide that you are lengthening forward. Bending the knee once again for high lunge. And start to lower your right foot. Oh, maybe not lower, just slightly bend and step to the front for a forward fold. Bend forward. Let your spine release, the top of the head release down. And then slowly lift your chest into a chair pose, extending the hands forward as you inhale. As you exhale, sink, and then slowly lift your arms up as you inhale. Straighten the legs into full standing and lower both hands down into prayer pose. Exhale. Slowly lift your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to prayer. And again, inhale, lift both arms up. Fingertips still extending. And slowly moving into a chair pose. Extending your arms forward. You may gaze down, bending those knees, sinking your hips as low as you can. Let your hands reach down to the floor and then extend your right leg to the back for a low lunge. Lowering that right knee down to the floor as you let your fingertips press down on the floor or onto the highest height of your block. The fingertips are pressing down on the two blocks. Now extend your left hand as it reaches for the back. Extend forward all the way to the back, bending the right knee and reach with your left hand. Use your left hand to reach for your right toes, and slowly shifting your hips to the back, stretching. So this is like a half split. Now extend both hands on top of the block just to find that lengthening on your spine. Sink forward. Again, low lunge, shifting your hips forward. Now straighten the back knee up, left. So this is you have now moved into a high plank, high lunge. Inhale, and then as you exhale, step forward, Lift your arms up as you inhale. Open your arms wide to the side and then prayer pose. Exhale. Lift your arms up. Inhale. So maybe slightly lifting your chest up for a slight back bend, and then slowly exhale. Bring your palms together and again inhale up. Exhale, bend forward. Or high chair pose first before you bend forward. Into a chair pose, sink your hips. Knee aligns itself with the ankle, and then step back with your left foot for a low lunge. Arms are pressing down on the ground or onto a block. Now bend, untuck your toes, extend your right hand to the back, to the front and then back, and then reaching for your left toes or ankle, whichever is easier. Exhale. And then shift to the front and move your way into a high lunge. Or maybe you can start before you move into a high lunge. Sink your hips into your right heel first into a half split. Right? Your left leg extends forward as your hip is sinking into your right heel. Both arms are extending forward, reaching for the two blocks. Find the lengthening. Forehead reaches or goes towards reaching for your shin. And then extend your chest forward into a low lunge and then move into a forward fold. Then slowly lift your arms up. Exhale, lower into prayer. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Thumbs to your heart. And step to the back with your right foot all the way to a straddle. As you step forward, maybe open your legs to maybe 3 feet away from each other into a straddle pose. So toes are moving towards the side, opening as the heels are moving towards the center or facing each other, just like a battle arena. Now lift your arms up and then sink your hips as you exhale. Both knees are opening to the side as you allow your hips to sink. You may bring your hands to your waist or extend to the back or in front of you. Palms press against each other, thumbs to your heart. Choose which one works best for you. Remembering to breathe and slowing down now. Exhale, opening your knees to the side as you let your hips sink down more. Exhaling, tilting your pelvis forward. Exhale. Now lift your right heel up. And then lower, exhale. Inhale, lift the left heel up. And then exhale. Now straighten the legs. And once again, bend your both knees. Opening to the side. Sway your hips or stay in stillness in the center. Now open your arms wide to the side and then up. As you straighten your knees. And then exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Exhale. Now bring your toes to move towards the front as the heels are opening to the side. The outer edge of your feet are aligned in straight line. Now lift your arms up. As you exhale, extend your arms forward and then bend forward. Let your buttocks move to the back as you extend your chest forward. Then slowly lower your chest down or your hands down to the floor. Exhale. You may use a block if that's more accessible than the floor. You may either use your hands to press onto the block, or if accessible, you may let your forehead or the top of your head gently touch the top of your blocks or your block or the ground. Choose which one works for you. If your top of your head is the one reaching for the floor, extend your hands towards the back in between your feet, or you may bend your elbows and let the elbows touch the ground, cupping the back of your head. Elbows are pressing down on the floor, and you may choose what you want to do. You may even, for more advanced students, you can opt to go into a full headstand from here, opening the legs to the side. Or you can choose to remain in the straddle pose and just let your body hang down. Choosing which one works for you best is your choice. Now, You may stay and extend your hands to the back of your legs, or you may start to bend both knees forward, extend your arms forward, and then straighten your legs, lifting your chest as you extend your arms up and then down towards your heart. Exhale. And slowly inch your way in for your feet to meet in the center. You may hop or step slowly. Bring your hands to your heart and then open your arms wide to the side, and then slightly bending your back as you move into open your arms to the side, and then bring your hands into prayer. Exhale. Slowly, you may step to the front of your mat, and then there, open your arms wide to the side and then up, and slowly moving into a chair pose, bending your knees as you let your hips sink to the back, and then moving all the way into the low, like a, what do you call it? It's like yogi squat. And then lower your knees down on the floor slowly, and then moving into a, to allow your hips to sink into your heels. It's called a Vajrasana or a Thunderbolt, letting your hips sink into your heels on toes and tuck as you bring your hands to the top of your thighs, bringing yourself to slow down your breath. And slowly extend your chest down to the floor. Extend your hands forward, right, and then the left, and then slowly moving into a child's pose. You may press your palms together and thumbs extends forward as you let your body just sink down to your heels, your hips to your heels. And slowly let's move into half pigeon pose. Bring your right knee in towards the front, knee bent. So extend your right knee forward. The right heel reaches for your groin. Now sink your both hips down towards your heels. Stay here in half pigeon. You may use a block by bringing that block directly in front of you on the floor, and then lower your forehead on the block. See if that resonates with you. Slows down the breath, or what the hell you feel. Or you may want to keep your body there as you may keep your hands pressed down on the floor as you lift your chest up, gazing forward. Or you may rest by bringing your elbows down on the floor, palms rest down, and then your forehead on the block. Choose which one works best and relax. Take this moment to slow down your breath. In through the nose, and then exhale. Slowly lift your chest up, bend your left knee if you can, if it's accessible, and then slowly extend your right hand forward and then to the back and reach for your left heel. An option is also to lift your left hand up and then slowly just stay there. You may choose which one works for you. And then slowly release your left leg to the floor, both hands to the front. And then switch legs, moving into high plank first, and then start to bring your left knee in forward. The left ankle moves to the groin. And see how your body reacts here. Lower your left knee down to your right knee into the floor, right knee down to the ground. The right leg straightens. Now choose whether you want to lower your chest down towards the floor, and then extend your hands forward, or elbows bent, all on the floor. The wrists are resting on the floor as you allow your forehead to rest on top of a block. Relax. Which one? Just note down which one works best for you. Acknowledge it and choose well. And then start to lift your chest. Bend the right knee. Either use your left hand or your right hand to reach for the back leg, for the back heel. Bring that right heel towards your right butt or your right sits bone, right? And then either allowing using your right hand or your left hand to reach for the back. And then find your center, keeping your balance. And then slowly swing that right leg, lowering your left hip, and then start to swing your right leg towards the front into a Sukhasana. Inhale first. And then exhale. Let's slow down our breaths. In through the nose. And then exhale. Extend both hands forward and then hug yourself. You may sway from side to side or start to lower your chest down to the floor. Note down the rounding of the spine, allowing the forehead to either rest on top of a block or let's just let it dangle. Just note down the spine expanding to the side, rounding. Note down which works best for you. Note down that you're slowing down here, giving yourself some time to slow down and rest. Now slowly lift yourself up. Lift your spine to straighten and then extend both legs forward. And slowly just move down towards the floor to rest. But first extend both hands forward and then slowly tuck the pelvis in and then start to lower yourself down to the floor. The spine sinks down to a count of 10. And then when you're ready, when your back or your spine finds the floor, bend both knees and sway both knees from side to side like a windshield wiper. Exhale. Enjoy the moment of slowing down. And then once again, you may continue to go sway your knees from side to side like windshield wiper, or you may continue to just have your knees to touch each self, move towards each other as the heels are away from each other. Choose which one works for you. Finding yourself in stillness with your knees together, knees pointing to the ceiling, or the windshield wiper where your knees are moving from side to side. Slowly extend that right leg forward and then bend your left knee. And or an option is to sway that left knee in and out. Find which one works for you. Take this moment to slow down. Exhale out. You may bend your left knee, continue to bend your left knee. Now slowly, you may even bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh and then just sway it up and then down. Sway that left knee into the top towards your chest and then down. Or you can just let it, it's your choice. You may either just relax and stay down on the ground, or you may sway your left knee, flapping it open to the side and then back to the center. And then switch legs, extending the left leg as you let your knee flap open to the side and then back to the center. Stay and choosing which one works for you. This is more of like opening, gentle opening for your hips, or just relaxing the hips, the hip flexors. And slowly lower your hips down on the floor. Both knees are bent. As you inhale, lift your hips up into bridge. All toes are pointing forward as the heels are moving away from each other. So your thighs are isometrically drawing in towards each other as you lift your hips. Now an option is for a more restorative practice. You can lower a blanket, or bolster underneath your hips or underneath the sacrum, and then extend both legs forward, or you can keep it bent. Note down which works best for you. Another option is remove the bolster underneath and you can use a block underneath as you lower your hips down into the block, and then slowly extending both legs. So note down which works best for you, either a bolster, a blanket, or a block, and stay there for 5 to 10 cycles of breath, noting down the slowing down of your breath. This is your practice to relax and find stillness and opening the belly. I find that I like the bolster underneath my sacrum more than the block, softer. And then just find yourself to relax here. Bring your hands right to the sides of your bolster, palms up, or you can have your arms rest on top of your belly, noting down the rise and fall of your belly as you go through your breath. And slowly extend both legs up, heels pointing to the ceiling, and slowly lower those heels down towards your face. You may reach for your ankles as you keep your knees straight. An option is to go for full halasana, lowering those heels or those toes to go over and above your head as you lift your hips up high, pressing both palms down to the side of the bolster on the floor. An option is now to lift your right leg up, followed by the left, and then lower the hips to the bolster once again. Slowing down. Bending the knees as the feet are flat on the floor, the knees are bent, the hips are still resting down onto the block. Now lift your hips and then slide the bolster away from your hips, and then lower your hips down to the floor and start to straighten your left leg, followed by the right on the floor as we move into a Shavasana. Now for other additional props, a suggestion, but not a requirement. You may use sandbags to place on top of your hips. So you may use 2 sandbags or 1 for each side of your legs or each side of your hips. And this will allow your lower back to really sink into the floor as you stay in your Shavasana. And stay there. Bring your hands to your belly first. And bring your awareness to how your belly is breathing. How your body breathes through your belly. Note down any significant sensation that you feel, or just any sensation. It may be significant or maybe not, but just note down any feeling that you have, or any sensation that you're feeling, and then let your belly, the movement of your belly, bring you back towards quiet time or into stillness, knowing that in stillness your breath is still flowing in and out of you. Movement is still happening through the flow of your own breath. Then move your hands to your chest. Note down the body breathing through your chest. Note down sensations. And noting down where your thoughts are leading to. And maybe start to draw your attention to the rise and fall of your chest and the slowing down of your breath. When you're ready, you may start to take the sandbag out of their belly, set it aside, but take your own time. You may stay in Shavasana with a sandbag on top of your belly, or you may set it aside depending on how you feel, depending on your need for that moment. And then when you're ready, when you're done, when you feel like you're good, slowly just move yourself into a fetal pose and then into a sitting pose. And then let's start. Press our palms together. Lift your arms up into a wide V, lifting up. Chin tilts up. And then slowly lower your hands down to the side and bring your palms together. Thumbs to your forehead, to your chin, and to your heart. Honoring yourself and each other. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for practicing